wondering.
Yeah, we're here. We're really here. We get so interested in talking about all the wonderful things going on in the world today.
So the rumor has that Texas put put enough windmills in, kind of helping out the grid.
We've always had enormous amounts of windmills. I mean, there's you can't drive on our main highways between here and Houston because the factory that makes the windmill blades is in Houston. You always see two or three trucks going by with windmill blades. I don't drive on there that often. I can't believe it's just happenstance. But yeah, wind farms are a big thing here. We one thing we always have wind. We have wind whether God sends it from heaven or Abbott orders it out of the state house. But we always have wind in Texas.
Yeah, Carly Russell. Oh, she was found, I guess. Yeah, that you heard about
Yes,
that lady in.
yes, and she's in the hospital. They took her to the hospital. She was injured.
Yeah, crazy. What did Jared Kushner say behind closed doors?
Nothing because he thinks he's smarter than everybody else. He probably just set himself up for a wonderful perjury charge. We can lay cards on it though if people.
Yeah. Ugh. 104 today in Boise. Yuck. Sorry, Deanne. We were just chatting behind the scenes and lost track of time.
Hmm.
Colleen, who's Hill Harper? Just to figure out where he's from, who he is.
Who?
Colleen asked, will Hill Harper win his Senate seat? Um,
Boise, I hate to tell you, but you're 10 degrees warmer than Dallas this today. So you lose.
Laura's super humid. Yesterday in Wisconsin was super humid. So far today is nice. Jared did his weasel impersonation. Karen had
Not
it
an impersonation. It's the weasel's human impersonation.
losing. Hill Harper's the black actor from The Good Doctor. Hmm.
Where is he running?
Yeah, that's where is he running? Not sure. Oh, I could look it up quick.
I'll
Um,
look it up.
let's see. Oh yeah, the Satan fired a bunch of his staffers for his campaign. Jake Tapper's going to do a CNN interview with the Satan. Good luck with that. He's losing money, firing people. Maybe it's just because he's an awkward man and he's destroying his state that people don't like him.
Yeah, and they finally figured out his wife's really running him.
Um, Paul Jeff didn't say. I don't know
Oh,
who.
it's the Hill Harper's running in Michigan.
Paul or Galt? No, he's a poet.
Who?
And Jeff asked about a Paul someone.
Oh, okay. Well, if anybody was asking
Paul
about Hill
Paul
Harper,
LePage? Maine's Paul LePage.
do you like it when all you ever had to remember was Trump's family names? So these other people showing up.
Oh, he's a
Well,
governor of Maine.
Paul Page, he's a governor. He was the governor of Michigan. He's another knuckle dragger. Um,
He's a
he walks
governor of
in the room.
Maine.
Yeah, and he was the governor of Maine. He walks in the room, and the average IQ drops 10%. I mean, one of those guys.
Really?
He really says, oh yeah, he really says strange things. He said, screw the libs, even if you're screwing your own people.
Or he lost.
Did he lose? I don't know.
Took place
We can
with
just.
the governor.
I'm just gonna throw 5 cards and see what's the future of Paul LePage, because I don't have time to Google everybody, and I'm getting.
Oh yeah, it says he lost.
Okay.
It says Janet Mills was the governor of Maine. He lost by 100,000 votes.
Like yesterday, like this week.
November of 2022.
Oh, okay.
He was a former governor. Okay. He must have been running again.
Yeah, he was the governor. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, he. You know what? He really likes it. It let him off the hook. He got out of prison. He didn't have to play governor anymore because he was incapable of playing governor. And I think his family was ready for him to come home. He's planning some new things for his life, but I don't see them in politics. I just see him working with different groups. But he's going to have a real problem because he always has to be in charge. So he's not going to be all that successful at it. But yeah, I told you when he walked in the room, the average IQ in the room dropped 10 points, no matter how many people were in there.
Oh, good Lord.
So
he's ignorant. Okay. Oh, funny.
He's that guy that you don't want to get pinned in the corner at the bar after he's had 3 beers. That guy.
Hill Harper, degree in economics. Close friend.
He is. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Phyllis. Melania charged.
Oh,
I know, right? Everyone's calling this Casey, the Americans, Karen now.
Uh-huh.
You're right, Karen. The Satan is a new Scott Walker.
I don't know much about Scott Walker, except I know he was a terrible governor, and he upset an old friend of mine. And when someone can upset her as badly as he did, they have to be pretty miserable, because she's a rather even-tempered person.
Hill Harper running for Michigan Senate is an actor, good doctor, host of CNN. How it really happened.
Yeah, as soon as I saw his picture, I know I'd seen him speak. He's very articulate. Who's he running against?
So he's running for the United States or the state?
No, it's U.S. Senate. It's U.S. Senate.
Oh, well, they already got what's her name running? The one is retiring. There's a state one there, or she's in the House. They already dubbed.
Stabenow is retiring. And he's running against a woman named Elisa Slotkin.
Oh, Slotnick. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it'd be the primary between Hill Harper and Slotnick.
And if Michigan keeps holding like it's holding, that's the race. We have a lot of those races down here where who wins in March? I work with a lot of consultants that help people build their whole field programs, so you win in March.
I bet. Okay. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Who's Hill Harper or Slotnick?
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm going to ask if he'll be successful in the Senate bid.
a good candidate. Oh, God. Tough one.
It is. It's going to be
It's going to
close.
be a close one between Slotnick and him, but I'm thinking in the end, I have Slotnick has the advantage with the Queen.
Well, yeah, I was talking to one of my friends who's still helps people run for office, and his point of view was every woman that has ever thought about running should take her chance and run this time, and then every other word out of her mouth should be Roe v. Wade, your personal rights. So he said it's going to be a rough race because he's been bidding and talking with some male candidates that are running, and he said, fortunately, the women and the men are kind of equal, so he doesn't. I mean, he cares. He cares who wins. The one who pays him wins. But he said it's there aren't that many really silly women running. But he said the one thing they do need to watch out for this time, and he's already sussed a couple out that were looking at him to help run races, is women that said they wanted to run as Democrats, and really all of their background funding is Republican.
Cards show he is a good man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, worthy. But I think there's a lot of backing behind Slotkin with Stabenow, and I think the Democratic institution would rather have her at this point anyway. It's a long road.
Yeah, I get it's a 50-50. He'd have to tear down a lot of towers. You'd have to really pull a tower moment to make it happen because she's a really good candidate.
Yeah,
and I think
she's a known name too in Michigan,
and she's a politician too. I mean, I think people have had a lot of this. Someone swooping in, no matter how well intentioned and no matter how brilliant you are. It's different when you're sitting in the seats having to make the votes. They probably don't want to send someone to the Senate who hasn't done that.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Oh yeah, that's true. They already admitted that they blocked 250,000 voters from Houston from being able to vote, and Trump only won by 208,000. So it was the votes that got plus what they stole by funky machines and intimidation. The polling place I walked into, because I voted early in the county, there was a truck full of good old boys sitting on the edge of the parking lot with their shotguns in their laps. It kind of has
good old Republican groups. I think it was Georgia. They were pulling people off of voter rolls.
Yeah.
The registering.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they did in Houston. They blocked 250,000 registrations for no reason. When they went back and checked them, they were all okay.
Tommy Tuberville for president?
Oh, God.
The Satan has a better chance.
I have a friend whose daughter went to Texas Tech, which is a very conservative campus in far west Texas. And when her daughter was there, Tommy Tuberville did 2 years as a football coach. And he was such a racist and such a bigot that he didn't get his whole contract. They let him go because of the complaints they had about him. That's at Texas Tech. If you understand Texas, you did that at Texas Tech. Oh my God, how bad you have to be. That's when you go back to Alabama. She called me the other day to tell me that story. She said, I couldn't believe it. Her daughter got a great education, but they do teach some subjects very well. I didn't even know.
I'll just see what the cards say quick.
Okay.
Cover row. Uh,
Too bad I don't have a deck that's a bunch of clowns, then I could pull it out for this one.
yeah, there's too much nonsense around him.
Yeah. Yeah.
People would speak out big time about him. He wouldn't get any traction. There would be. It would feel like Herschel Walker. People would come out of the woodworks about him.
Yep.
Actually, it's not even good for him to be what he's doing now.
Yeah, he's a little OCD. So
I think he could very well be done this term.
Yeah. Even where he sits.
One-term senator. People are going to be, get sick of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the news like this, it's not a smart thing.
Couldn't be any worse than the Republican whistleblower who ended up being a Chinese spy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting pressure. Hi, Kelly. Morning. Yeah, part one for the student loans, they found a way to do it without back pressure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was people that had their loans forever and haven't been able to pay it off because of bad loan making or whatever.
Yeah, they tripled the interest rate on them after they signed at one rate. Could you imagine buying a house and there was nothing in their original notes that said they could do that.
Good
I
start.
live with two people paying those off. Well, one's already paid theirs off, but and they're like, fine, let them go. I mean, get those damn banks that the boss and all those people put in there.
Okay, Eileen Cannon. What's her future here with the case?
Oh, she's being told to. In the background, she's not going to do it. I got a
Holy cow, 35% interest?
Yeah.
That is predatory. Oh my God.
Yeah. My daughter walked out with $20,000 that she owed, and she's been paying. She graduated in 2000. She's been paying as constantly as she possibly could. She's got a thing where they locked her loan back. They took away the predatory interest, but they took away it being put on anymore. But she left owing 80,000, 20,000, and she now owes 80. It's the bait switch is horrible. But
so yeah, in the past position, I'm getting some deep pressure.
Yep.
In conflicts. So
I don't think
I had the devil,
mm-hmm.
the 5 of Swords, Page of Swords. So I think you're right there. There has been a lot of pressure in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Told her what to do, kind of thing. Then I had the Chariot. Something. I think something struck her. She has one to ruin her career or something. So I had the Chariot, 5 of Coins, Ace of Cups. So she knows if she blows this, it's going to ruin her career.
Mm-hmm.
Here. In the end, it feels like she's going to do the right thing. King of Cups, my angelic card, and 10 Ace of Wands. There's nothing bad in the end result.
What I see is she's crying over. She understands she made a devil's bargain even getting this job, and she's crying over spilt milk. But her outcome is she's going to claim she doesn't have control. And she really won't, because the next court above her is going to make it so plain to her that she doesn't have control that they'll just take it away.
So as far as delays, nothing out of the ordinary according to these cards. I don't think she's going to ruin her career over this, but the cards are showing there was a lot of pressure, which makes sense with the past position, what she did before. That's what it feels like, Karen, that she got a wake-up call here. No matter how much pressure and getting her seat, whatever dark money, whatever came in, it feels like she can't go down that road again.
Nope.
And that was the original thought. It was a karmic test here, why she got this. It's like you can do the right thing or you can ruin your career. Homeowners insurance from the hurricanes and flooding and policies in Florida. Insurance companies are pulling out of Florida. Or and current companies I read raised their rates 400%.
Yep. I have a friend who lives there. She told me.
That man is just, well, I can kind of see it from all the hurricanes and whatnot, and climate change is, you can't make money when you're paying out all the time, right?
Well, it happened to...
Or live in floodplains.
Right. It happened in Texas when we had some really horrible hurricane seasons, and then we had a couple of hurricane seasons to hit the coast, and then we had really bad tornadoes in the middle of the state. And I was on a homeowners board trying to get our homeowners insurance, and it was unreal how fast that stuff went up. And we were 210 units bonded together, covering 15 acres of ground, so we had numbers on our side, but I couldn't imagine what it's doing to individual homeowners.
They're pulling insurance coverage in California too.
Wildfire. They're having trouble with the wildfire insurance.
Homeowner insurance. Oh, that certainly does look like first card is hurt. Certainly does look like the hurricanes and destruction. First card. Got a ton of cards. Repeated. Yeah, it's just, you can't have abundance when all these disasters continue to happen. It was on a Twitter thread, but I was reading a lot of people are leaving Florida.
Well, Texas made it. We made it from, we used to be always in the top 5 to come into for business. We're off the list now. And it's in part because of these sorts of runaway costs. If you come here to run a business, they say one thing: we don't have income tax, but they hit you every other way. And
oh yeah, it's just like tolls in Illinois. You know, one way or another, they make up for it. Indiana's got their car plate renewal based on the wealth of your vehicle, while other things are cheaper. So like if you have a brand new car, you're going to pay a ton of tax on your plate.
Right.
So it almost makes people drive a 1975 vehicle just so they can afford, their plates. So everyone gets their money no matter what. So yeah, this is not going to be good in Florida. So the 10 of Cups come in here, feels like home insurance. We got the 5 of Wands and a Tower. Divorce, separate, failure. Coming in with the natural disasters. It's all about the money with the Devil. The 5 of Cups, the loss, the heartbreak and everything. And next to the Ace of Wands, which is positive energy, but it's also people moving.
Yep.
That's a bad read.
Yeah.
They're gonna do what they're gonna do for the money. But
How bad is it? The sun is reversed.
It's bad.
No one's getting good advice. The Queen of Swords, everybody's out for everybody else because it's not working out. No one's working on a solution. No one's looking at the problem how to fix it. And they've got the Page of Cups, a lot of depression and sadness. Nothing's being done about it. That's even worse.
That's the same thing with that. I didn't hear anything. I wonder what happened with all that flooding and stuff from that last hurricane.
Oh, people just walked away. That's why a lot of people left. There was nothing to come back home to.
You remember that? There was that. We were reading about it, and there was a shark in the street.
Mm-hmm.
It came in from the ocean. It was so deep.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which area it is right now, but ugh. Elon Musk. I hate that man. A canary. They had an excise tax in Indiana. First new Chevette. I paid around $300 for my first plates.
Mm.
That's what my friend and I didn't even know this, but when a friend in Indiana said, "Oh yeah," unless they changed it, but he goes, "You can't hardly afford if you got a average job. You can't hardly afford to buy a new vehicle in Indiana."
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like property taxes. You have a new house, you pay higher property taxes. More
They don't
expensive.
reevaluate your houses every year and make everybody even.
No.
That's what they do in Texas.
Well, if you own $1 million house, obviously you're going to pay more tax than if you have a $200,000 house. That kind of thing.
No, what happens here is people own their homes for years and years. They're lovely homes. They've kept them up. And then they have a developer come in and he throws a couple of $1 million mansions near you, McMansions, your neighborhood. And they come in and they start appraising your house as if it had been McMansioned. You have to go down to the county assessors and argue that your house isn't worth that. Or I do know lawyers whose entire practice is going and helping people get their property taxes lowered.
Yeah. Nancy's property taxes are pretty high because we live next to a school and $1 million houses are about a half mile up the hill.
Aha.
So it's a ritzy kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, property taxes, and they're building like crazy to the west.
All around you, right.
And they're all brand new homes, and the property taxes went up like $1,500. Ohio, 4-year registration. Cool, Canary.
Nancy Samp asked an interesting question, and it's something I've heard discussed in the marketplace. Will the federal government start insuring those people who can't get insurance for their homes? 10:02.
Okay. What's gonna happen? With the insurance on property? I mean, it's like AOC says all the time. We have to invest in climate change initiatives to go green, because the worst outcome you can't afford. You invest in, climate change initiatives because we're paying billions and billions and billions on recovery from climate change issues. But no.
But then they will reinsure a house that's been blown away 3 times on the coast. You want a lovely ocean view, fine. But, it makes I live up in Dallas. We got nothing like an ocean view. My insurance goes up because you want to rebuild your house for the 3rd or 4th time. You know,
Mm.
I'd take the money and run. Oh, you may be on the money, Nancy Sam. Um, it's going to be a hard transition. It's going to be difficult for them to accept it, but the more and more that people hear what's really going on, and they realize there's no way to fix the problem on a state by state level, people will realize they can't withstand a bad storm themselves. So they'll come to understand it's more equitable and fair if it's spread across the country.
God.
What'd you get?
It feels to me like the government doesn't want to get involved.
They don't want to, but I think they're going to have no choice. Because how are you ever going to buy houses, sell houses? Banking's going to get in it, if nothing else, to say, we can't sell anything, we can't move anything.
There does feel like I didn't get any Hierophant card or anything authority, but I did have. I don't see it being affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the King of Wands, the Magician, and then the Ten of Wands. So it's like there is a plan there and how to do it to help people out, but then with the Ten of Wands shows a burden and problems involved in insuring here. And then I have my 6 8 of coins, which would be loans, budgeting, insurance, and repairs. 6 of swords, getting better, but then another tower coming in. It's like you're not going to want to continue to repay, like you said there, with rebuilding 3 times kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When it's going to cause a hardship to any financing of any kind of insurance. I don't know. My cards are not showing, in my thought process, not showing any kind of federal or any. There could be a plan of some other sources, not federal. In the past, I have Queen of Coins, Knight of Wands, and my Empress card. That shows people moving from bad areas.
Yep.
If you can't afford it, it's moving. Knight of Wands is free energy, traveling, moving. Duchess is a different family, different home, possibly. Queen of Coins is where you can afford it. Mother Earth is reacting. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird, but I'm not seeing a federal thing. My cards, anyway. I think so too, Keith. If you're under sea level, by 2030, a lot of places are going to be underwater.
Yep.
Look what the Earth is doing us now. You don't think those and icebergs are melting now? We did it to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the difference if Al Gore and Hillary Clinton was elected?
I don't know. I think the biggest shift, other than them stealing the election from Al Gore, the biggest shift was in 2010 when the Republicans put their money on a national basis into taking over all the governorships, taking over all the states, changing all the laws at that level, and beginning all the incredible gerrymandering we've had since then. And that's been dollar for dollar, the Republicans made more money with that, but also them not keeping their eye on keeping their national base centered is how they ended up with Trump. Came out of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Anna.
Yep, they both were. Well, they know Gore was now. They've counted it all, and they said Supreme Court should have stayed the hell out of it. And in Clinton's case, you know, uh, Prigozhin, yeah, that was this little
The
troll farm.
misinformation, the phishing emails, the hacking, the lies. Didn't want the email lady. So we can take a horrible human being. Florida cities are not going to levy themselves. There you go, Aspie. Yeah. Mar-a-Lago will go down too. Yes, it will.
That's true.
They say Biden's second home in Delaware or whatever would be underwater too. He already had to get it raised like 4 or 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be underwater. Coral in our water is getting bleach washed.
Yeah, the water's so hot that it's bleaching all the coral.
That's right, the hot water. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking up that sargassum.
Yes. The seaweed.
The seaweed. It's been breaking up and going other places.
Oh, good.
It's still hitting the coast, but I guess it just stinks like really bad. But I guess like Caribbean islands have gotten like 4 or 5 feet washed up, but a lot of it either dissipated or broke up and went down the ocean, so it isn't going to be as bad as they thought.
Do you remember when the alewives came into Chicago? You'd have been in your teens, I think. When they opened up the whole, linked all of the Great Lakes together, these little bitty fish came in from the ocean, and they got to the bottom at Lake Michigan, and there was no place to go. That was the summer of smell in downtown Chicago. You could be in the 5th floor elevator in Marshall Fields, and you could smell those fish. It was unbelievable. So, when we screw with our ecology, we get to pay the price. And then they had to come up with a whole system to block alewives.
Gary G. I have Citizens Insurance. I'm sorry, it's government owned. Hit by Ian, total loss. What was the outcome? They still.
Did they pay you something so you could go move somewhere else?
Government owned. States like California have insurance collectives. Okay. A lot of good questions coming out. Missed that. Property taxes, state sales tax. Yep, they make it up.
Well, somebody's got to pay for it at the end of the day, guys.
Yeah. Citizens paid full amount of coverage. Good. It's just like and see you, Linda. It just feels like it, it's kind of like why insurance companies are pulling out now. The recurrence and continuing have to pay out is not profitable for some of these companies. Now, unfortunately, once you have a system in place, it takes forever to get it back. Yep. Lawsuits and yeah, insurance is a scam. like on the farm, my dad paid for crop insurance all the time. Anytime there was a tried for a claim, they denied it. Not enough damage. And then the one year after we quit farming, the 1 year he didn't, we had a drought.
Oh dear.
So instead of 150 to 180 bushels an acre of corn, the farm had like an average of 15 bushels an acre.
Oh.
So yeah, he got hosed. But anytime you have a claim, well, you know, with like hail damage or flood or whatever, they want to take up a certain percentage. You know, well, if you don't have over 10% damage, it's not worth it. You don't get anything. So you got tired of paying the premiums, and then you got. So now he just rents out the farm to another
Remind
farmer.
me to not take your father to Las Vegas. Is Jim Jordan getting fitted for his orange jumpsuit?
Did I star that, or is it back there?
No, it's back at 10:05.
I seen it somewhere.
It's at 10:05. It's Dorian. I know that. Excuse me, it just started raining again.
Malaria outbreak in Florida. Malaria. It doesn't feel like it's going to be widespread. It doesn't feel like a COVID thing. It feels here and there.
Feels like you have to have the mosquitoes.
Okay, Jimmy Jordan.
What's happening to Clooney's film about him and that?
I guess it's still coming out, but there's been delays for some reason. No one really knows. I think it's supposed to be released like September, October now. Tough to get why it's been delayed. I don't know if there's secret lawsuits or pressure not to.
Their lawyers go over it, and when they've seen what just happened to Fox, HBO, I'm sure, or Max or whatever it's called today, I'm sure they're shy about putting their name out there.
Legal custody of Jim Jordan.
It's moving forward. It had a rough time even coming into being made. Someone's saying it's wrong, but it's going to come out of the hangman. The hangman, in this case, means you're not going to be hung up anymore, and it's going to bring a lot to light and share a lot that we don't know. So,
Jimmy Jordan.
do they wear orange in Ohio? I mean, that may be why it's not going to fit it for an orange.
So in the past I have some links together of some money resources and bad karma hitting them. Someone had influence over him. He made a fool's journey to be part of something, you know, family. Put his faith in something he shouldn't have, basically. Knight of Cups, my Hermit Fool card, and then the Empress. In the end, he's going to have a Ten of Swords moment. That's September, October. So yeah, he's going to be in big trouble.
Is it that, or is it the January 6th?
No, I think it's January 6th.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he's involved. I didn't know Justice card came out, but it's basically the sense of He's linked together in the chaos of January 6th. So yeah, he's going to have a disastrous failure coming up when all these other Republicans get hit for January 6th election and being involved. So yeah, that's Page of Swords. He gets hit with the Ten of Swords. Positive energies coming through. So yeah, I think he's linked to January 6th events. He's another one of them when I visualize the future, kind of like MTG. I see them with handcuffs. They show me the image of them with their hands behind their back and handcuffs. Him, MTG, a lot of those guys. When I ask my mind, show me the legal jeopardy of them, and they show me with handcuffs behind their back. It's kind of like the image of you did bad. Disasters are, yes. What is it? Spain or is it France? They're deathly in heat too.
Spain would be traditionally. I know that in Italy, in Rome, people are just passing out the streets. Not good for your tourist season.
MTV Tanya Harding. Key up the Perp Walk Bad Boys song. Ah, there you go. Oh my God. Somewhere in Spain hit 140. Oh,
yep.
Jesus. This is just depressing. Thinking about all this climate change and people hurting and the heat. Have you heard any news about Abbott's thing about no water breaks and all that?
Companies don't want their employees to die. If a company can do what the state says, oh, we're not going to give you any water, the employee dies. There are a few laws in this state that we follow, and killing your employees is one of them.
So they're ignoring them?
Well, they won't have anybody out fixing the damn roads. We have so many roads torn apart. When I was in physical therapy, I used to have to plan 20 minutes to get around all the road construction, which is great because, I mean, they're keeping the roads okay, and they haven't touched them for years. I'm sure it's all federal money that's poured in. But, I don't know how those people work. I do know. They start right before sunrise, and they leave at 2.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, yeah. The water's pushing 90-some degrees. Oops.
Yep.
The ocean life cannot handle that kind of temperature.
No. No, what we're doing is we're sending our killer white sharks to Canada because the water's cool enough for them. So to all of our Canadian watchers, we're sending you our sharks now.
Really believe we would have been on the right track if Al Gore was confirmed in. He was big into climate change.
Yeah, I know.
Get some things moving. But had that other side of the aisle doesn't want to do a thing. Except run.
Well, they want to do stuff. They just want to strip women of their rights and play like the whole world is full of white men. No offense, Scott. I mean, there's some that are very charming.
I get it. Yeah. All they want to do is have sham hearings and cause chaos and not do anything. Take women's rights away. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
So, yeah. First 2 weeks of August, she has the courts clear their
cleared to
clear
be
their
able to
schedule.
clear their schedule so they can run them through as fast as possible.
Anyway.
There she is. Wheel of Fortune. Melania Gabriel. Wow.
Oh, yep. Queen of Swords coming out first.
I got the Knight of Gabriel, the wheel upright, Nine of Gabriel's Nine of Wands. Lots of fighting going on. But the two out cards are the World, and it's going to detox all of us. That making a decision means that's kind of like letting everything go and getting out of toxic situations.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's going to be a real SHIT show. What can I say?
I don't know. It seemed to be on Twitter. Someone said, "Oh, there's a rumor there could be up to 50 people indicted for." I don't believe it's that many.
I don't think so either, because that confuses your case so bad you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it feels to me like just under 20 are getting indicted, around 18 or so. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the death card next to her with the Seven of Cups coming in first in the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that the death is a new beginning, changing the situation. Queen of Swords would represent her, but the Seven of Cups. Why would there be an illusion around her taking this leap of faith here the first?
You got the Seven of Cups?
Yeah.
Well, there may be a lot from people looking from the outside that don't want to believe this happened. They're living with a lot of delusion. I think it's going to be torn down. There's going to be none left.
So I'm trying to figure out why that came in. Yeah, that feels about right.
Because it's not just that.
Reduce that.
It's the whole situation surrounding it that's affected by delusion.
So there's still work in the grand jury.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there may be a little delays because it feels like maybe the grand jury might want to hear from some witnesses instead of just take the transcripts, because they got the Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. That kind of feels like there may be some, witnesses that might have to come in instead of just taking the transcripts. In the end, Nine of Wands, High Priestess, Five of Wands, and Knight of Wands. That means to me that she is indicting. Knight of Wands, she's indicting a bunch of people. Five of Wands, there could be some arguments about who, what, where, and why. High Priestess, she was made for this time. So it's making me feel like just after Lion's Gate. So there might be a little bit of a delay there. So like after 8/8, she's going to be hammering her. The timeline's correct, but I don't think it's going to be bringing down before the 8th. It feels like there's going to be a delay. In the bottom of the deck, I had Temperance, so it's the waiting card, making sure everything's right. And restrictions, testing the waters kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wants to get moving on that time frame, I think she needs to have some start earlier. They are impaled now, so I get moving.
Okay, I got when the jury's issues their indictments, what's going to happen is all the judges are going to be there. They're going to be ready to roll. She's going to get whatever she wants from what happens around them. And then it's real go time. Ace of Wands, Ace of Gabriel.
Yes.
And then that's when a whole lot of people are going to start flipping and turning and all of a sudden confessing rather than going the long haul. And anybody who doesn't do that, it's going to be in the Nine of Michael. That's a Nine of Swords. I think that's one of the best Nine of Swords card I've ever seen. There's swords all over his room, and he's sitting up in the middle of the night, terrified.
Yeah, they're all. I'm sure they're all terrified. All those. The ultimate electors have been flipped.
Right.
They are very worried.
And the lawyers who didn't take that message to them ought to be even more worried. If they're watching all the lawyers get going down in federal courts. Just the facts, ma'am.
All the popcorn you eat is not good for dieting.
No, you can eat chicharrones. You can eat pork rinds.
Pork rinds?
They crunch. Yeah, they crunch, and they don't have they don't have a lot of calories, and they have absolutely no carbs. So.
Wow. 66 in Southern Cal? Wowzers.
We're all going to come visit you. Wheezy squeeze box. It's going to be really tight in your house. I'm not bad. We just had a huge thunderstorm roll over us. It's 77 outside right now.
Too hot for the peaches? They all dropped off? Speaking of,
writer's strike?
No, let's check this out. If he's gonna if they're gonna drop before she does on J6.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll use my cards. The January 6 indictments of 45 gonna drop before Daniel does her job. Yeah, I miss those monologues too, Pegasus. Morning, Cam. Okay. January 6th.
Not getting anything off those cards, but you go to a different deck. Is our question, will he drop before Fannie Willis?
Yeah, before August 8th.
No.
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 Tell me no.
And when will he drop?
Originally, I thought the thought was feeling he did. Okay.
He's going to drop. I keep sensing October. By October. Maybe in September, but
By October.
Mm-hmm.
I think the sense was always you wanted to.
They have to quit criming. They have to quit doing the obvious things so he can sit down and write up one thing.
So I do have. So my Hierophant, my farm card comes in here in the past position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to establish that as special counsel here.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have the 10 of Wands and Queen of Coins. And so special counsel has come up with a burden here, either with
Mm-hmm.
financing or they still are going after some kind of financing of the
Mm-hmm.
Queen. They still have some whistleblowers yet. They're working on some more people talking. So the Page of Wands, Queen of Cups is my USA card, and then January 6th. So they're still working on flipping some people or some testimony. In the end, it feels like Fannie Willis has the jump.
Yep.
Queen of Swords, linking everything together from the past. My Empress. Something happened in the background here that's going to cause a delay with Jack.
Well, he's got Mar-a-Lago coming up. He's already got that running. And on Jan 6th, I said September, October, and I got that's everything will be ready then. It'll be in the right wheelhouse. Jack feels very confident about it. He's got all of his ducks in a row. And so, second they start pulling those congressmen out, they're going to start singing like little birds. Um, yeah, Fannie Willis doesn't help him because it's another distraction. But in the end, he gets the value he wants. He gets what he's looking for. So,
Yeah, I
over.
was sensing November, October for the Congress and everything. But it felt like 45 might be sooner, but something happened. Something changed. Some kind of testimony or something. It feels like it changed. So it might be actually closer to November for 45 now. Let's see. Give me a date. Give me a date. Give me a time frame.
I keep getting two different things. I keep getting DC and the information from New Jersey mixed up.
True. I'm only focusing on J6. There's other things in play.
Because, that's his out card. If Florida decides to fold on him, he's going to go after the espionage, the most direct espionage where he was showing it to people in New Jersey.
Right. The dissemination, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It feels like there could be something else coming up, like you said, with the dissemination, but it feels like there's more testimony wants to show her up for J6. Inciting an insurrection, conspiracy against the United States, yeah.
Yes, edition.
They're going to bring everything that they think they can get a conviction. They just started getting heavy in all the alternate electors. I think it feels like he wants to wrap everything up in a little bow instead of indict first.
I just asked if he was going to have to indict New Jersey, and it just said no. So I think Florida's going to go ahead.
Yeah, he just interviewed Hopex, Jared. I don't know if it was this week. I think the news just came out that they did.
It was a couple weeks ago that they got interviewed.
Yeah, it's a whole big conspiracy thing. He might be wrapping everything up in with the alternate electors and anything new in Epstein. Nah, I don't want to go there.
The which case?
2535 Apple asked about Epstein.
Oh, I don't want to go back to him.
I don't want to go back there. That's playing JP Morgan Chase has to pay millions of dollars. Virgin Islands is suing him. Okay. Deanne's wondering about Melania. She got some money out of 45 super PAC for stuffing envelopes, supposedly, or something.
Yeah, no, she was picking floral arrangements.
Oh, that's what it was. 150 grand for floral arrangements. Well, heck, they were paying Kimberly Guilfoyle 60 grand just to show up at events.
60 grand and all of the powder she needed for her pretty little face. Okay. Melania be charged.
Melania charged for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Woo! This is 100% yes. She was started talking into doing this. They said, look, it's how everybody does it. We can go ahead and do this. So she got in the boat to agree to accept this money. You know, she thought it would all stay within the family, but the sun's going to shine on it. And where they're going to be in trouble is campaign election laws because of the kind of event it was. It should have been reported as a donation to him. So if we ever get a federal elections commission again and get people
nice.
that would be lovely.
Ooh. Yeah, I am getting justice and the threat indictments. The 3 of coins is my indictments. We have justice here, 8 of swords. This is moving forward. So there's like a threat, maybe like a terminal letter or a threat of indicting, locking up. But she flips. Whistleblower getting 6 of swords. Things get calm. All in the family. But this is flipping. This is prior to the outcome. So it feels like there's a threat of court or something, and then she's like, but yeah, I think you're right there. Hey, everyone's doing it. This is success. Give me money. Knight of Wands, the Fool, and then the 8 of Wands or 6 of Wands. Hey, this is great party time. Here you go. But yeah, if this was in the end, I'd say, yeah, she's getting locked up. But this is prior. This is negotiating. This is dealing. Hey, we got you dead to rights. That kind of thing. But in the end, I got all flipping cards. Things getting better. All these fools. But yeah, we know he's looking, special counsel is looking into the fraud. Probably looking if it's illegal to take that money and then pay his lawyers. You know, depending on what PAC he has with it and all that. Who ordered it? Who's running the campaign? Who's stealing what money where? I just heard. So do you know that that's true? Because, like, you know, the whole Ray Epstein is going on now for suing Fox News. Happy birthday, Sharon. Then I always kind of wondered, like, why can't congressmen get sued?
Okay, it falls under what you're doing in line with your official duties, so they get to call names and stuff and claim that's what Lindsey Graham tried to hide behind.
So it's speech and debate clause. You can say any lie you want, throw out anyone's name out there, and you're protected.
But if it were to cause the person true, real harm, I mean, that's when they go after them for certain kinds of defamation. But a lot of them are going to be more original suits because we just haven't had politicians that were gross enough to sit there and throw that kind of crap at people.
It's you know, Ted Cruz and Gaetz and all these fools, you know, Ruby Freeman in Georgia, they're suing Rudy, but congressmen are saying the same stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
and it's wrong. Ugh. Everything's laundered money. God, we need to get laundered money out of everything.
Yeah. When they got rid of the McCain-Feingold, the last vestiges of it, which is another thing we can thank our not Supreme Court for.
The pressure is getting hard in the Supreme Court.
Well, they're finally catching. Well, it gives them somebody to go hard against, except, you know, some of the people they ought to be going hard against. The other thing is they ought to be going more affirmatively for where Biden is, where his whole agenda is. You know, instead of, I was 20 minutes into an NBC show, and they kept saying, and their next segment was, why don't people understand the positive things of America? Well, they just spent 20 minutes trashing Trump instead of talking about the great stuff Joe is doing over in Europe and all the numbers and how they're working totally into their favor. And I'm like, I can tell you, because people who don't live in politics don't understand a lot of what's going on. They see a headline, they see a few articles. I've been getting Newsweek pumped on my phone to watch editorials, and I'm shocked at how imbalanced those editorials are. I mean, editorials aren't supposed to be balanced, but the kind of crap that they're spewing out there. And if you were just a person who didn't know how to read the trigger words and stuff, you'd be thinking, yeah, well, there's still something shady here. It's that whole crap about Hunter Biden and all that. When the press did not make nearly enough of the fact that Comer's star witness that never showed up because he's on the run from the feds.
Yeah.
And Laos was known to be in like Sardinia or something. The guy was a Chinese spy. Of course, he's going to throw Biden's name out there and say all this stuff.
The media goes for the clicks. It's kind of
here's
boring.
A big click.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's boring news when they say, "Oh, Joe's got jobs. Look at the great things Joe's doing." It'll get better. I had the Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups.
Oh, good. Well, you make me feel
dark
better.
Money and all this foreign money. It'll eventually get better. Those three cards don't. Eventually,
good.
Depends when. That's great. But yeah, it depends on who's in Congress right now. Ace of Wands, who's in Congress? It's a Ten of Swords kind of moment. Nothing will get done that way. Now it's just all illusion and delusion. Making those connections of how the money flows is a tough one. Chariot, it's a tough time to get the connections. But someday, when we fight hard enough and get enough Democrats in, laws could be passed. Make the GOP irrelevant. But yeah, I don't know how these fools can spin the fact of being indicted for January 6th. I'm sure they're going to try. You know, Hannity will go on Fox News and Laura Ingraham. Oh, Antifa's indicting our congressman. They'll
Except
try.
Antifa doesn't exist.
Team Antifa. Okay. Maddie Gaetz. House Ethics Committee is going pretty hard on him. Working on people to talk. We got interviews, whatnot.
I don't know those cartoon characters well. It's Matt Gaetz, Beavis or Butthead? I know he looks like one.
He is Butthead.
Oh,
He's the dark-haired one. Beavis is the blonde.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, RFK Jr. is kind of out there.
Yeah, well, that's Matt had his part of the defense spending bill got voted down by 9 Republicans, switched and stopped his amendment from going through on the defense bill. Matt's not feeling so good.
I'm not worried about Bannon. He's going to be going away. It's amazing. He just continued to do a podcast, make money while he's supposed to be in prison. Matt Gaetz. They're showing me he's going to be dealing with court cases for a long time.
Well, he's got one now. It says he has to pay his lawyers. He's going to be using a public defender.
Are you talking about Bannon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he owes $450,000 to a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Gaetz. Oh, Maddie Gaetz is going through some struggles.
Mm-hmm. He's just started hiding out, trying to pull back. And he's looking for some new friends to befriend him. But he's not going to make it. He's not going to keep his position.
Nope.
Move.
Oh, the truth is coming out on Maddie Gaetz.
Ooh.
He'll be going through some dark times. Truth is coming out. He's got some obstacles that Hermit. It's kind of like making mistakes, obstacles. In the end, he's going to work a deal for less prison time. Going to prison. Magician, he's going to try to work a deal. Could be wifey here, giving up some goods too or something. But yeah. In prison.
At what point, if you're Matt Gaetz' parents, at what point do you fish or cut bait? I mean, this boy can't do anything right. And I don't care how much money you have. You keep buying him out and he just keeps turning. It's like he's saying, I don't care what you do. I'm going to self-destruct anyway.
In the background, I got the King of Swords is working on all the information on him. Someone's going to give it up. So we got an intelligent leader along with the prosecutor getting more evidence upon him. The 6 8 of coins here, it's plucking all kinds of information. That was in the past position, so it's been ongoing. I'm not sure why the federal government didn't prosecute him. Maybe they couldn't get credible enough people to flip on him.
But the other people that were talking about him.
But it feels like this is being shared. You know, the information that they were trying to get him before. But yeah, the information is being shared. He's going to be going through some tough times here. It feels like he's going to be trying to fight court battles and lawsuits and whatnot for a long time. Same person. Matty Gaetz is in big trouble. Where shall we go? Our Joe's energy. Ellen's not getting a good energy feel from Joe for that calls for a different deck. Which one? Oh, the kitties.
Oh, the kitties. Kitties like Joe.
Yeah, the kitty cards.
Mm-hmm.
I like these cards. I don't know where I got them from. I think they're from overseas. They got different languages on them.
Yeah. There's a card manufacturer that puts 4 or 5 languages on all of them.
Oh, yeah. Tarot of White Cats.
Mm-hmm. I think they're printed in England, though.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they did come from England. Charles Baudelaire. Oh, no, those are the quotes. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did come from England when I've seen them. Okay.
Okay. Starting at the beginning, Joe's really good at planning things and getting things together. That's the 3 of coins. And he's on top of it right now. He's moving things forward as fast as he can. And he's the emperor. But I think in 5 weeks or 5 months, something's going to come up that's going to kind of take him away from people for a while. I don't know if it's a health condition. I don't know if it's crap that's going on in Congress, because they're going to come down. Conservatives that don't want to face the truth about their own will be coming down on him, and from him, that's going to make it a really interesting, a leap of faith time, where he can go. And I feel like he's stronger. The only weak card I have on here, that's like the 5 of coins. That's like the people outside the church. And the strength of that card is all you have to do is turn around and go back in and seek help and seek kindness. And he will, but he's going to get bombed on after these 2 great cards, Knight of Michael and the Emperor. I think people are going to view him as the leader, but he's going to have to put up with a whole hell of a lot of BS.
Yeah, a lot of times I see that 5 of coins can mean health issues too. Your abundance is failing at times.
I mean, you're kind of isolated from other people for some reason. And even though being...
I don't know. I don't have a great throw for him. In the past, everything's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Chariot, 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands. A lot of good things going on. Good partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Positive energy. Then I get King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and a Tower. That's kind of like the ongoing situation. So he may be dealing with something right now that we're not aware of. 4 of Pentacles can be like keeping secrets. King of Swords is a doctor. Maybe he's seeing some things in the background.
Yeah.
So something happened. Moving forward, this feels like a secret. Like not saying he has it. I don't think he does, but you know how they kept secrets with Reagan?
Right.
There might be something they're not going to say because I have 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Moon. 7 of Pentacles is working on things, working on your issues, whatever, and 10 of Swords is not good. And then in the future, I have the 3 of Swords, a Death card, the stars and 6 of cups.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is a great throw. On the bottom of the deck, the 4 of wands, so he's united in his job. Oof, I just don't know. These cards say he may not have the stability to continue to work.
Well, I see him having a point where he has to decide to get in or get out. And then he's got the Fool. So he decides whether he stays or he goes. But it's not a decision being made by someone outside of him. It's his.
Yep. That would relate to the stars. That, you know, he's got to make a choice. He's he's a good man. Can I handle it? Yeah, he's got a huge choice in the future, but nothing. It doesn't show anything beautifully. Like, it's a tough job to be president.
You're on 24/7. Even if you get to walk on a beach and then they bitch at you about that, you know, you're just on, and it's incredible. That's why people look at it and they say, you know, the White House staff, well, they never changed like they did under Trump, but Biden's had a very stable one for the number of years people have stayed. But the reason their staff leaves, I've spoken to people who worked in there, it's because they're just exhausted. And they all have to pick up all the pieces so that the president, if it's a well-run staff, basically has to look at and decide across a series of decisions and papers and ideas. And it also could be anything within his family. I mean, look at the pressure he's been under with his son.
Yeah.
And then his first son dying. I mean, all that's tough, really tough. And to have to do it in public, it's...
So, Evelyn asked, well, I should shuffle again. So I'm grab my cards and see what they say. Not good again. 5 of wands. Some dark times coming up. So there's a lack of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Possible health issues. He's going to need a justice. Some kind of help. Something to help balance his life. Then I had the 5 of coins coming in like you did. He's going to need to seek clarity because things might be an illusion right now. Disappointed with how his energy feels. Then I have a King of Swords, more doctor work. Knight of Swords, there's a plan, but I have success. So whatever he's going to be going through, he can overcome it, according to my card. So whatever health issue or whatever is going on with him, he can overcome it. But it just feels a lot of stress. Something popping up that may have had an issue before. You're going to need some balancing, some time off, it feels like. So, he is 80-some. So,
well, I just want to pull one card, and I pulled it from the Sword of Light Oracle. And this reads, embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow yourself for your wishes to be fulfilled. So I think whether he goes on or stops is totally up to him. I don't think it's going to be some illness that he can't get around or work around.
Oh, I don't see any time passing like that.
No.
I've always sensed some kind of issues he's going to have to deal with. Some time off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's here for a reason.
I can remember as a kid, Eisenhower had a heart attack. And I can remember them taking cameras into his hospital room to talk to him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a black and white TV in our house. And I was sitting with my dad and I said, would you let them do that to your patient? Because my dad was a doctor. And he said, if your patient is Dwight Eisenhower, he does what he wants. So
Joe will still be there. He'll
Yeah.
do what he needs to do. I'm not worried about it. I just always send some kind of low energy, something going on, and he has a choice. If he wants to continue to go, be that guy that struggles to keep going but needs to do it for the country.
hmm
There's another person in his administration just said they're leaving. Can't remember who it is, but some kind of coordinator is resigning.
hmm He gets old. You get worn out.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to do it. That's a lot of work. You gotta have, oh my God. It isn't like, oh, I'm not gonna do nothing this week. This next few days, take some time off, watch a movie. You got a lot going on as the president of the United States.
Somebody just commented about when LBJ showed his appendectomy scar. I'm sure whatever Joe has happened will be treated with much more skill and grace.
Love and light to Joe and Kamala. We're already at 1:30.
Oh dear.
So let's just bring some inspiration cards out.
Okay.
Get on with our day. Still have a whole bunch of questions we could roll with. Thank you
I
so
know.
much.
Just imagine, guys, you'll get 45 minutes back on your Sundays if all those Republicans get thrown out of office. And Scott and I can do half the show and cover much more information.
There you go. There you go. Good point.
Happy birthday, Sheriff.
I have spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure you have positive experiences in your life, and then being grateful for everything. I like that.
Cool.
Answers come through. Epiphany, Archangel Raziel.
Yep.
Joy comes through spiritual growth. Being in love and light. The Ace of Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
It's the positive and new emotional experiences, fulfilling relationships, spiritual insights. And then the 10 of Ariel is the 10 of coins. And that's being enriched with family life, everything going well. So spiritual growth, being in love and light helps everything.
Okay, I pulled what you got. Are you done?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. We got the bear. The bear's attributes: introspection, healing, solitude, hibernation, spiritual communication, death and rebirth, transformation, astral travel, creature of dreams, and shamans and mystics. He's a visionary, and they have great wisdom. And a bear is telling you that it's time to go without, within, and explore the reasons for your concern about the situation. Go deep. In other words, this is a time when we need to look at all the stuff that's going on around us. Go deep into your heart and examine your journey and your path. Do you feel that this is the true path for you? Going within sometimes means withdrawing from our normal groups of friends. Do not feel guilty because you're led to do this. You can only give to people what you have yourself filled with love, which goes with your thing, Scott, about being filled with love and compassion. So it's a good time to go be a bear.
Be a bear. Hibernate. Is that hibernate? Time to hibernate?
Hibernate or go within yourself.
Stay in the cool. Evelyn needs a cleaner house. That's being a bear.
Yeah, I don't think a bear could clean my house. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on Tuesday at 1 o'clock Central Time.
You
Not
bet.
sure about what yet, and I'm working real hard on the 9 candles, trying to get it all together and spiffed up and ready. So
Good deal. Gonna do that around Lionsgate again?
it's going to go up to Lionsgate. I didn't do it up to Lionsgate before. I did it to the solstices and equinox. But so it's going to start on the 30th with a show where we're going to talk about what 9 candles is. Because people always say, you always start that, and I don't know what it is. It takes me about 3 days to figure it out. But it's a nice thing to set aside a certain time for 9 days to move your intentions forward. That's what it's about.
Excellent. All right. Everyone have a blessed day. Stay
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. Stay out of the heat. Talk to you later.
Love and light. Bye bye.